Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how we install crown molding. So I'm going to start with these templates here. I've got the angles already cut for either side. I'll show you that in a second. The first thing I'm going to show you is how we prep the corners. So what we do first is we get these two templates and we line them up in the corner. And we just check that they're going to line up real nice. What this allows me to do is see that the joint that I've measured, the angles that I've set are going to be good. I'll usually check that in 3 corners in the room and just make sure they're going to work. Once I'm sure that they're going to work, I come across one both, draw a line along the bottom, and that kind of sets a guideline for where I want it to be installing my crown. These miters are nice and tight. Sometimes they require adjustment, and I usually adjust the top bevel. That's how we do it. Get that set up there. Set those aside. And then, well, before I do this, often I like to draw a line in the corner because the drywall mud can kind of just distort the true corner. And I'll mark that. I'll draw it on the wall. I'll do this for all 4 corners, or all 4 walls. And then I'll just take those numbers on my notepad, go over to the saw, and away we go. So now that I've got the bathroom marked out for all my corners, I'm now going to take the templates to the saw, or I'm going to cut the templates on the saw. I've got the bottom cut set at 35.5 degrees and the top set at 30 degrees. So what I do is just put that against there with the bottom, against the fence, always. And I'll cut that, and then I'll just take the scrap and cut it like this. And then I'll make that cut. I'll take the other one and I'll flip it around the other way. So there's 4 ways that you can have the crown cut on the saw. You've got the bottom end this way, kind of flipped over like this. And then you've also got this one slid down to the other end. And you've got this one slid down to the other end. And that's how we cut all the crown flat on the saw. Now I'm back in the room here where I'm going to install the crown. And so what I've done is gone ahead and marked out the studs. So I've got some pretty obvious stud markings. This one's in line with the door. There's one in the center, corners. There's a couple over here. And then alongside the window, I've got one on the side here and above the window as well. And now I'm going to go ahead and put the crown up. Typically in a room like this, I will take the smaller pieces and put them up first. But when they're relatively the same size like this, I'll just go sequentially and go 1, 2, 3, 4, put them in like that, and just pick one and go. So I'll line up the corner around that line, press the piece in. It depends how the framing is, but I'll then just sit it in place, nested wall and against the ceiling. A couple nails in the hole. That one will sit there while I grab the next piece. Always have your glue bottle handy, as well as a block, some shims, a couple other things you might need to do this work. I'll use the next piece to push in to the corner. And I'll do the same thing. On this one I've got a reveal along here, so I want to make sure that that is consistent. Put our 2 nails in, piece will hold. I get the other piece in, and then I go back and deal with each of the corners. On the last one here, I'll push in one corner, and since this MDF is thin, fairly flexible, I can just bend in this other corner by pulling out in the middle, and I'll let it go. I'll push that middle up. And a couple nails. Now all 4 pieces are in place. The corners aren't quite perfect, so then what I do is take my block. Usually I prefer finger joint pine, but this one's actually quite good. Give it a little tap. If you got it a little bit loose at the top here, usually what you need to do is tap it up. And if it's a little loose at the bottom, you tap it down, but almost always you're going to be pushing it up. You'll see that I came off my line here. But I'm okay with coming off my line if that means that I get a nice tight miter. That one's a little gappy at the bottom. What I'll do is just stick a pry bar in there. This crown's so thin, flexes quite easily. All my shims. Same thing over here, a bit gappy at the top, but the bottoms are lined up, and that's the most important thing. So in keeping the bottoms lined up, I'll put that block there, tap that into place. And you just start by nailing top. I want a little more adjustment at the bottom right here. Sometimes what you can find is that you might need to bring one in or out as well instead of just up or down, and you can tap along the face with the block. I've got 2 corners good. Go to each of the other corners. Make sure they're good. So this one here is a bit dropped on the right, so I want to make sure I'm tapping the right side up as I go in. Okay, now they're together. Push them up to the ceiling. Now nice and tight. Make sure to nail those corners. The right side actually kind of can loose a little, so I'm going to just tap it down. What you really want to do is make sure that they're tight so that the glue makes contact. Miters are the most important thing. As we like to say at Timco, miters make it the man. Okay, so the framing's made this one a little bit challenging. The left one, as you can see, slightly inward set on this right one, so what I'm going to do is actually tap that one that direction into the wall. It's gotten a bit loose. And I may have to use shim to compensate for that discrepancy. This is where it gets tricky because MDF can be extremely fragile. You may have to get really creative with it. Fragile MDF crown going up against a really framed drop, and it doesn't always work out the way you'd like it to. You've got it tight at the top, tight at the bottom. Now it's all in place. We've got a bit of a gap here. They'll have to caulk that. And then what I can do is go around the rest of the room, nail off the crown every couple feet, trying to hit as many studs as I can. And once it's like that, we can just remove the wedges we might have used. I'll cut my shim in place there. Okay, I'll tap it up just a bit so that nothing visible after caulking. And that's it. So those are our basics for installing crown in a small bathroom like this. There's a few other tips I'll throw in there. One, make sure you always have a wet rag with you in the case of glue squeezing out of the joint. It's important to wipe that away because if glue dries then it eventually gets painted over. That's something you have to take care of, and you have to be really careful to pay attention to those types of details. Another thing would be that we prefer to keep our boards straight, so if you encounter a particular wavy wall or a particularly wavy ceiling, it's best to keep the crown straight so that when the product is finished, you can see that the wood is actually nice and straight. Sometimes we will allow a splitting of the difference, because in some cases drywall to us will be really bad, which usually results in framing, but that's something to keep in mind. Fewer nails is better, so always go with the minimum amount that you need, but enough to make sure that the wood never moves and stays put. Try and hit studs, and yeah, that's about it. So hopefully this video helps you guys, and feel free to continue to ask us questions as you need.